What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're going to be covering Judgment Day, issue number 3. And there has been a lot going on with the X-Men titles. Druig, the one who is currently Prime Eternal, to try and solidify his reign, he lets all Eternals know that mutant kind is excess deviation, banding together to rid the world of this excess deviation. Only a small number of Eternals, along with the Avengers and Mr. Sinister, they work together to bring to life the new Celestial. Being able to accomplish this goal, we see the progenitor rise up. And while this did stop the Eternals from attacking mutant kind and Krakoa, for the first time, we have all of humankind, everyone that presides on Earth. They are now being judged, and if they are left wanting, individually or as a group, then Earth may very well meet its extinction. And the first one to be judged is Captain America. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, you have liked this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with issue number 3, the Celestial has come to life. The progenitor has laid down his law. They have 24 hours to prove themselves. Now, obviously, this is not the outcome that Ajax, Makari, Tony Stark, and Sinister all had in mind. Well, maybe Sinister, we don't know that just yet. He's always scheming at his own plots, so who knows what his overall goal will be. But our Eternals, they are concerned because they just created what they believe could be an unjust god. Because if a god is going to drag them down with every single sinner, how could they call this justice? For them to rationalize this, they kinda blame Tony Stark, saying that they let a mortal man like him interfere with creating a Celestial. Right now though, the blame has to wait. Captain America letting them know that they made this mess and it is time to clean it up. This is when our Celestial decides that he is going to judge Captain America first. And he lets Captain America know that he has dreamed of a better country. He has tried to inspire this for over a century. This country being the world leader, the world being in the state that it is. Not only that, but it seems to be getting worse every single day. Because of this, our Celestial lets Captain America know that he is a failure, that he does not pass judgment. Tony Stark immediately recognizing that if the Celestial is going to judge Captain America so harshly, so incorrectly, what chance do the rest of humanity have? But Captain America is not gonna play at this Celestial's game. He is gonna go attempt to keep the world calm, while Tony Stark tries to figure out a way out of this. And that's what takes us over to the exclusion. We are picking up with a conversation between Druig and Uranos, with Druig showing him what the progenitor has to say. Uranos is quite happy, believing that this new god is much better than the old Celestials, because he recognizes this world for all of the failures and disappointments that it is. He believes that this world needs to be wiped clean. Druig had really come here just for some kind of institutional advice, some knowledge that Druig might not have. This is when Uranos, he decides to give him a little bit of education, that this thing, it did judge Captain America, judged him in his failure of fulfilling his duty. And so he poses the question, if the Celestial is to judge us, then the Eternals have also been failing in their duty, but it is not too late for them to make amends, reminding him that any deviation is excess deviation. Druig letting him know that he is correct. He gets in communication with everybody else, and he puts the attack back into full effect, preparing the Hex and sending them back out to battle. The psychic siege continues. Uranos still trying to get out of his prison, letting Druig know that if he were serious about doing this, he would let him loose. But this is something that Druig will not do. This is his Hail Mary pass. This is his last resort. Because Druig knows when he lets him out, his days as Prime Eternal are going to be numbered. Picking up with Ajax, Makkari, Phastos, Tony Stark, and Mr. Sinister, they let it be known to Tony Stark and the others that the Eternals march again for war. And after much studying of their new Celestial, trying to find the weak spot since they did build it, they have the schematics. Tony Stark says that there is an eternal node inside of the Celestial, and that if they were hit this thing hard enough, the entire Celestial would fall to pieces. This is when Ajax starts to interfere, because they have created a new Celestial. This is a new god for them. This is something that they can't simply just turn off. Not that they can't, but they won't. But Phastos also lets us know that if they did do that, there is a possibility that it could explode. In this explosion, it would cost the lives of millions. And so with this idea being taken off the table, Tony Stark and Phastos begin to find some other kind of way. When Ajax and Makkari decide to leave the room, Phastos lets him know that those two, they are very much believers in their gods. That if he can find a way to take this down safely without taking out the lives of millions of people, that he should do it. But if they go down this path, they must do it in secret, because their principles, these will cause them to act. Eternals are not allowed to kill Celestials. It is programmed into their very DNA. And the Eternals will have no other choice but to fight the Avengers and the X-Men. And while this conversation was being had, Mr. Sinister was also there listening. This is when he reaches out to Destiny. On Krakoa right now, the psychic siege, it is being fought off by Charles Xavier. And what they are hinting at that is going on is that Charles Xavier, he is sitting here fighting for as hard and as long as he possibly can, all the way up until his body gives away. This is when the Five resurrect him and throw him right back into the fray. But before they can get another Charles Xavier resurrected, we have Destiny coming up to Emma Frost and letting her know that they have a plan that needs to be voted on right now by the Quiet Council. And so Emma Frost, grabbing hold of everybody's mind, Destiny lets it be known that Sinister has been in contact, that he was kidnapped by the Eternals to create the Celestial, but he has discovered a weakness. And if they are to attack, they can destroy it and it will stop Judgment Day. This would also paralyze the Eternals and it would end the war in one swift motion. The one risk being that it could cause catastrophic devastation. She lets them all know that she has looked into the future and she says that this devastation will not happen. Now, Kate Pryde, she's not really happy about this situation. Charles Xavier is currently dead, being resurrected. We also learn this Storm is back up on Mars. This means that not everybody is here to vote. And with the people that they have here to vote with, it more than likely is going to go in Destiny's favor. Quickly making the vote, those that are for it are Destiny, Shaw, Mystique, Exodus, and Hope. Against it, Colossus, Nightcrawler, and Kate. With Emma Frost not voting either way, the motion has passed. They will gather together their strike force of mutants, and they will go take down a freaking god. And of the mutants that are selected, Jean Grey and Scott being among them, the Quiet Council will not let them know about the possibility of a catastrophic devastation, that the blood will fall onto the hands of the Quiet Council. One of the concerns is that taking these guys off the front lines, that means Krakoa is going to be in a weakened state. And we are currently in the middle of a freaking siege. But Emma Frost has been working on a little diplomacy. as we have gateways open up. We see Crow and his army of deviants come walking through the gateways, letting Cyclops know that they are here to stand with their fraternity. And while Cyclops will say that they aren't deviants, they share enough DNA for the deviants to walk through the portals. And Crow, at the end of the day, he doesn't even really care about that, because anybody on the wrong side of an Eternal's lance, that makes them deviant enough for him. And so he tells the X-Men to go save the world. They're gonna slow down the Eternals with sheer numbers alone. Now, taking us back up to the North Pole, we have Tony Stark and all of the others still trying to figure out some other option, because Makkari and Ajax, they don't want to shut down the god. This is their new god. To do so would essentially be blasphemy. But while they sit here and discuss what their best options might be, the alarm goes off. The boundary lines are letting them know that they have infiltrators. This is when they all look at Mr. Sinister, pressing a whole bunch of buttons. We see him open a way up to the node. Mutant kind is coming. Tony Stark saying that there is a possibility millions could die. But Sinister reminds him that billions will definitely live. Not only that, if they are to die right here, Sinister can be resurrected. Tony Stark cannot. And so he doesn't really care what happens here. This is when the principles kick in. Every single one of the Eternals are taken over. Their primary objective, protect the Celestial. This is when we see the whole team of Eternals, at least the main lineup of Eternals, going against mutant kind. From Exodus to Jean Grey, from Kid Omega to Icarus. While this battle rages, Jean Grey tells Exodus to make a hole, needing to get Icarus out of the way. We see Exodus come down and put Icarus into the ground. Having her opening, Jean Grey gets inside, with Iron Man going in behind her trying to stop her. Jean Grey lets him know that it's already too late. Using her powers, she cracks this node. Now, of course, Jean Grey, she had no idea what was going to happen. She had no idea the possibility of this thing exploding. The Quiet Council keeping this information from them. Tony Stark lets her know that it might be good. It might be okay. And all seems well until it is not. In a matter of moments, an explosion that is able to be seen from freaking space, the Celestial detonates. We see an entire city wiped off the map. Women, children, everything. And this is when Jean Grey finally recognizes none of this is real. All of them have been inside the mind of the Celestial this entire time. Jean Grey even beating herself up, saying that she should have known. One of the very few individuals that could have known. This annihilation did not happen, but our Celestial did let everybody feel the experience. And while some of them did die of heart attack, the Celestial's not really worried about them, because the world did not understand. So he had to explain, letting the world know their heroes believed that they were above judgment. This was the reminder that they were mistaken. A handful of other individuals begin their judgment. Emma Frost, thumbs down. Thumbs up for Crow. Thumbs down for Destiny and Mystique. As for the rest of them, our Celestial will wait just a little bit longer before passing judgment. Inside the base, we have Ajax, who is trying to get at Sinister. But while all that commotion is going on, Tony Stark is starting to lose hope, starting to come to the realization that they have no choice, that this Celestial is going to judge all of them, and there is nothing that they can do about it. With Captain America on comm saying that the only thing they truly can do is try to bring the world together. With all of this chaos, with the impending doom, with the Celestial judgment, this is harder than ever. But Cersei, she has an idea. This is what takes her to the exclusion, with Jack as her escort. He is bringing her to a very unique cell inside the exclusion. As they open up the door, it is revealed to be Star Fox, letting him know that there is some help needed in the world, that maybe he is ready to get his old Avengers Assemble back on. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This was beautifully done. You know, I had questioned in the last video, how are they going to do this? Because the Eternals, they can't turn against the Celestial. It goes against their very principles to do anything to bring it harm. So it was going to be up to mutant kind or the Avengers. The Avengers trying to work with the Eternals. And then you have Sinister. Because at the end of the day, he cares about mutant kind, but he really just cares about himself. And if a Celestial wipes out the entire planet, how is he ever going to amount to some kind of overruler or all-god, if you will? His dreams of ultimate power would be more or less stolen from him. And at the end of the day, it is not above mutant kind to go out of their way and kill a god, especially a god that is jeopardizing not only mutant kind, but the entirety of Earth. Now, obviously, we see that this Celestial had some tricks up his freaking sleeve. This was all inside of his mind. At least the initial attack trying to take him out. And it is crazy that Jean Grey wasn't able to see this. More than likely too preoccupied with battle with everything going on. And so the question is, can they even kill the Celestial? Is there a way around this? Or will they in fact have to come together as a planet and try to show that humanity, mutant kind, every single person living on this planet is worthy of life? Cersei's hope is that Star Fox bringing a little bit of love just might change things. And we also know that Uranus, his release, it is imminent at this point. They have been teasing it and we are waiting for it. Uranus the Undying is going to have his day. He will be out of that prison. And when he is, we hope that mutant kind and humanity will bring everything they have, because that is what it is going to take him down. Also, one last tidbit I wanted to throw in there. We saw in X-Force that Kid Omega, he's really just disappeared off the face of the earth. His backup is gone, he is essentially gone, and Wolverine has just been losing it looking for him. But we did see him in this issue, during the battle inside the mind of the Celestial. And so the question is Kid Omega alive? Has he been brought back? Is he a part of Judgment Day? Or was this just Kid Omega in the mind of the Celestial? So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with Judgment Day, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on the entirety of this event. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the Super Thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.